Welcome to Working On It. I'm Dr. A and I'm a clinical psychologist aiming to make your life just a bit more manageable. Remember, the tools and the tidbits that you pick up on this channel are purely educational. They can't replace therapy, but with some practice, they can help you along in your daily life. So let's get started. Today, we are going to be talking about fusion and diffusion. What? I'm going to tell you how to detach yourself away from certain thoughts and certain feelings that you find yourself stuck in. The way that I think of it is when we are fused, cognitively fused with a thought, with a feeling, we are sort of Velcro to it. That's how I think about it, is that we are just completely stuck on it because we have thousands and thousands of thoughts and different kinds of feelings that go through our mind and our body all day long as we're awake, and then sometimes when we're asleep as well, right? But there are certain thoughts that we cherry pick and we just cannot let go of. We just grab on and we hold on, and they're usually thoughts and feelings that make us feel uncomfortable. They're never the good ones, the happy ones, maybe fleeting and for a moment, but the ones that we find ourselves feeling stuck in always tend to be negative or uncomfortable or distressing, right? So when we are fused with our thoughts and emotions, we are Velcroed to them. And so what we want to do is we want to learn how to defuse. So we want to take the Velcro off and have it be two separate pieces. Even think about it, it's in our language when people say, I am anxious. Not I have anxiety, not I feel anxiety, I am anxious, I am depressed. That's the most fused you could be. You're saying all of me is anxiety, right? Just because you're having a feeling, right? So it is important to find out, well, how do I detach myself from some of these feelings and some of these thoughts? Because sometimes the feelings and thoughts sort of go by like clouds, which is what we want, but sometimes we are just so stuck in it and we go in a circle and a circle and a circle and we cannot get out of it. And sometimes this lasts for minutes, hours, sometimes this lasts for days, and sometimes it goes on way, way longer, right? So we don't want to say, I am anxiety, I am depression, I am anxious, I am depressed. We want to figure out when it is that we're finding ourselves way too attached to a thought or a feeling and how to defuse, how to detach from it, okay? And I have the perfect way that you guys can think about it. So I want you guys to imagine a chessboard, okay? And the pieces on our chessboard represent our thoughts and our feelings. The way that our language is set up, the way that we think about things, the way that other people conceptualize things to us is we are our thoughts and we are our feelings. That way, when I have a thought, that describes me as a whole, and I can get pretty stuck in it, especially when it's negative. And when I have a feeling, that's it. That's my next hour. That's the whole mood I'm in that day. Instead, I want you to think about that chessboard. And let's say that the thoughts are white pieces and the feelings are black pieces, right? Thoughts are something like, today's going to be a horrible day. Thoughts are something like, nobody loves me, right? Feelings are something like disappointment, anxiety, happiness, depression, yeah, worry. So thoughts are thoughts, feelings are feelings, and they are the white and the black pieces. And we think that as we move around the board of life, we are the white pieces, and sometimes we are the black pieces. We are the thoughts or we are the feelings. The way that I want you to start to detach from your thoughts and your feelings when you're stuck is by saying to yourself, you are not the white pieces, the thoughts, and you are not the black pieces, the emotion. You are having a thought and you can feel an emotion, but you are not those pieces moving around the board. So instead, if you're not either of those pieces, what are you? You're the board. You're the chessboard. You are the observer of the thoughts and the feelings. That's how I want you to start thinking about it. So 2 steps. Step 1 is to catch yourself when you are just stuck in anxiety, stuck in sadness, stuck in anger. Catch yourself. Like, I cannot get out of this. Sorry, guys, I have an eyelash in my eye. And then try to catch yourself when you're stuck in a thought or a story with a theme. And you just keep retelling that story over and over again. Whether it's during the day and you are just going around and around, you can't get work done, or you can't even enjoy watching TV or being with your friends, or at nighttime when it's time for our mind to quiet down. That's a time that a lot of us get stuck in a story or a thought. And you say to yourself, hold on, step 1, I'm stuck. I recognize that I'm stuck, right? And then you say to yourself, I'm the chessboard. All I'm going to do right now is literally watch. I'm going to watch the game go on. I'm going to watch my thoughts move around. I'm going to watch my feelings do what they do. And the chessboard doesn't interfere. I'm not asking you to make the pieces move a certain way. I'm not asking you to make the emotions go a certain way or go away altogether, or to change your thoughts and make it go a certain way. In this exercise, the defusion, right? Instead of being Velcroed and fused, the defusion, the detachment, I want you just to practice being the observer. It sounds very simple. It is not. We like to get in there and tinker, but we are going to practice just watching. What is my mind doing right now with my thoughts? What are the pieces doing? What stories is it telling? What are the black pieces doing? What's my feeling? What am I feeling? And I'm not interfering with that. I'm not trying to suppress my feeling. I'm just watching what happens. And this phenomenal thing tends to happen more times than not, that when you just watch the pieces, when you are just the chessboard, the game tends to move on, the pieces move for a while, and the game ends, right? Just like I mentioned before, another way you could do it is by thinking of it like the clouds going by, right? And that way you're allowing your mind to do what it does and your emotions to do what they do, instead of attaching to them and making more of it and getting stuck. You are just allowing our mind to do what it does naturally, which is move around, give us stories, allowing it to go by until the next story comes around, allowing that to go by. The reason we get stuck is because we don't let the game go on. The reason we get stuck is because we do tinker with the pieces, because we don't let the clouds roll by. We attach, we Velcro ourselves, right? So this is your exercise in 2 steps. Number 1, notice that you are stuck. You could label the feeling, what feeling you're stuck in. I'm stuck in being pissed, right? Or whatever it is. Label whatever thoughts or story that you're stuck in. That's it. That's step 1. Just to even notice that you're stuck is a big deal, really big deal. And the second step is to say, I am the chessboard. I'm just the observer. I'm going to watch what happens in this game. That's it. And what happens is the whole stuckness of it tends to fall away, and it loses its power over you when you just observe. Okay? Give it a try in these 2 steps. Be the chessboard. I know you can do it. Practice, practice, practice. And then come back next week and I will build on this topic, and I will give you a guided meditation, specifically something you can imagine, that will help us to continue to detach from the thoughts and to allow them to go by. I will walk you through it step by step. I'll have you close your eyes and we'll do it together, okay? Until then, you are the chessboard. You got this. See you guys next week.